Good. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to One Grunt's Point of View. So today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I want to start a rifle fundamentals series. There's a lot of gaps on YouTube where people don't really teach you how to shoot, like the basics. They teach all the cool, like jumping over the hoods of cars and stuff. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to start the beginner rifle series. It's going to be a series of probably like 6-7 videos, and you guys will be able to take those videos with you to the range and watch along at home. You can dry fire pretty much everything that's going to be in all the videos, but then also take that stuff to the range, do it right beside you, and then it'll hopefully enhance your capabilities, even if you are a pretty experienced shooter. Went through a couple of courses the last few months, which is why the videos have been kind of skewed a little bit. These courses were taught by a force recon guy who's been going around the country teaching some of this information to the Berets, the SEALs. He's been in partnership with a lot of the AFSOC units as well to try to make this better for the guys that I'm teaching. So I'm gonna bring as much of this information as I can to you guys to make you all better. So what we're gonna start off with today is an assessment. I know a lot of people are probably like, well, why wouldn't you start with 0? An assessment is going to gauge where you're sitting exactly now, and then I'm gonna teach you everything after, and then we can do another assessment at the end to gauge if this actually enhanced your performance. So the assessment's broken up into 2 parts. You've got a short bay and a long bay portion. The short bay portion is from 7 yards. It is 3 drills. You shoot each drill 3 times, average those times. We'll go into that once we start shooting the drills. And then it's also got a long bay portion at 100 and 300. If you don't have a range to facilitate 1 to 3, that's totally fine. I can show you some ways to be able to still get a good gauge on your standard by doing just stuff at the 100, but we'll get into that once we get over to long bay. So let me get my kit on, and then we're gonna transfer over to the short bay portion of the standards. All right, so we're over here at the short bay. Again, we're at 7 yards. The target that you're gonna use for the short bay portion is gonna be an NRA B8, so you can look down there and show them that. So an NRA B8 target, all of your rounds for the short bay have to be inside the 8 ring on the B8 target. Now, the first drill that we're gonna do is a single shot presentation. You're gonna do this drill 3 times. Each drill for the assessment has a par time attached to it. So not only do you have to hold yourself to an accuracy standard, but a time standard. The first drill, that single shot presentation, is gonna be from the low ready, and it's in 1 second. So you'll fire it 3 times, we'll average the times together. As long as that average is below a second, then you pass that drill. Again, everything needs to be within the 8 ring. So I'm gonna demo it. Again, we're talking the low ready. So the low ready being here, where my muzzle is in line with my belt buckle. The low ready is not this looking directly over the optic. This is more of a ready position than a low ready. Low ready, you can get a sight picture if you'd like, but the muzzle of the rifle is in line with my belt buckle. So are we ready? Hot ass camera girl, are you ready?
Ready.
Okay. Let me scoot up to the line. 7 yards, don't want to cheat it.
Just when I say it.
Yep.
Okay. Shooter ready?
Yep.
Stand by.
What was the time?
It didn't register.
Get it? Okay, so we're gonna walk down real quick. I'm gonna mark all my shots. We can't get the timer to pick up on the suppressor, so we're gonna restart with a new round count. I just want to be very honest about what I'm actually doing on the target with you guys. So first 3 rounds that we fired are right here, so that way you guys can see. Black on black does not work. All right, I think we got it figured out though. The wife's gonna put the timer a little bit closer, so here we go.
All right. Shooter ready. Stand by. got it.
What was it? Just read it off.
085.
8.5. Okay.
Ready?
Yep.
08.
Okay.
Ready?
Yep.
082.
Okay, let's go down and look at it. So, first one, last one, and then my second one. So all, again, inside the 8-ring. The 8-ring's pretty big, especially at this distance. But, well, we'll get into why you need the 8-ring whenever we do the next drill. The next drill that we're gonna be doing is the bill drill, which is 6 rounds as fast as you can get them off, but keeping them again inside that 8-ring. The par time for the 3 bill drill average is a 2.25. I know none of these times sound like they are super hard to achieve, but if you hold yourself to that accuracy standard and that time standard, you'll notice a little bit of deviation, especially for newer shooters. Everybody wants to go fast out the gate and no one really pays attention to the accuracy as much. So we're gonna do the bill drills. If we have a little bit of camera mix up, I'll again show you guys the targets, but we should be okay. I think we got the time figured out. So again, bill drills, 6 shots, as fast as you can get them off.
Shooter ready?
Nope.
Shooter ready now.
Yep.
Stand by.
Okay, so my timer, being absolutely gorgeous, also hits the button a lot. But we're good on accuracy, okay? So I think that time would have been perfectly fine. We're gonna redo it again just to be honest about the times. There we go.
All right, are we ready?
Nope, hold on.
Are we ready now?
Yep.
Stand by. .162.
162.
Shooter ready?
Nope.
You ready now?
Let me check this real quick. Just make sure I didn't spend all that ammo on the last one. Okay.
Shooter ready?
Yep.
184.
184, good. So the first one was a 1.6 and then
2.
this 1.8, so we're
Yeah.
still within the time. Mag check. Yeah, we don't have enough.
It's my fault, sorry.
Dude, no big deal. Not a problem. All right.
All right, shooter ready?
Yep.
Stand by. 175.
175, so we are passing for bill drills. So let's look, target. Holding the 10 ring generally, I got a couple over here. We'll talk more about stance and recoil management when we get into it. But for right now, we are still passing for the standards. So next piece.
Yeah.
All right, so the last drill for the short bay part of our assessment, which I normally will refer to as standards. So if you hear me say standards, that's what that is gonna be that 1 reload 1. Now these times are based on the split time in between the reload. I don't care if you can react to a timer telling you that the reload is coming. I want you to be able to react to the fact that you actually need to reload the gun. So that's why we're timing the actual reload time and not your reaction off of the clock. So for this one, beautiful camera lady, she's gonna hit the timer. I'm gonna have all the time in the world to take my first shot, but in between my first and my second shot is where I have to speed up, and then we'll show you the split time. Split time average needs to be 4 seconds or under. This is the one that normally gets everybody. Now, for the reload, I want you guys to ensure that when you come off target, your weapon goes on safe. So my weapon is on fire when I'm on target, break the weapon onto safe immediately as I tuck it back in. Attempt to do the under the arm reload if you can. If you are one of those people that keeps the gun in your shoulder and does a reload from here, you're probably gonna smoke this 4 second time. But the 4 seconds was given to have plenty of time to do the under the arm, and we'll go into reloads and techniques for reloads again in another video, part of this series. But for now, make sure you put your weapon on safe. If you don't, it doesn't count. So, let me pull mag out of here. That's empty. Tack reload with a empty mag. All right. Go ahead and hit the timer. Remember, I have all the time in the world. Let's look at that split time. What we get for a split. Split time was a 3:07. See if we can speed that up. All right.
Shooter ready?
Go ahead.
Here you go.
What was it?
233. Oh, 273.
273. So again, you can get this faster by going, like it's just as fast going under the arm. But again, hold yourself accountable. 4 seconds is a lot of time. Don't get frustrated with the time. All right, here we go. Last one, go ahead.
blind. 318.
318, cool. I'm happy with that. So let's go down and look at it. So they're in here somewhere. Obviously these are from the bill drills. So somewhere in here, we're landing our shots back. Again, pass on short bay standards. It's not a difficult standards or a difficult assessment, but it is a good way of gauging your performance now. This was just the short bay. You also have a long bay portion, which I'll get into once we get long bay set up. So we moved over here to the long bay portion. Long bay consists of the 100 and the 300. At the 100, you're gonna be engaging an 8-inch plate. So the 8 ring on the B8 target is essentially 8 inches in diameter. So we engage an 8-inch plate inside of 100. So I don't have an 8-inch plate specifically, but I do have a steel popper that's downrange. I'll roll in some footage of what it actually looks like. If you don't have an 8-inch plate, but you do have something that is roughly 8 inches, or you have a steel plate and then you just draw an 8-inch circle on it, make sure you're holding an 8-inch circle at 100. But the time standard for all 3 drills for the average is going to be 7 seconds to go from the standing to the kneeling and get a shot on the 8-inch plate. Now, big takeaways for the standards for the long bay is gonna be whatever optic you have. So if you have a LPVO or a red dot with a magnifier, that optic's gonna be on the minimum magnification setting. So for me, I'm gonna start on 1. When I hear the timer, that is my cue to dial up magnification and be able to engage my target. So if you're using a red dot magnifier, magnifier flipped off, you hear the timer and you flip the magnifier over if you want it. And then make sure you have some sort of support to get into the kneeling, because you are doing a supported kneeling. So let's get into this.
Okay.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. What's the time?
3:08.
3:08.
Ready?
Yep.
325.
325.
Nope, that. 298.
All right. God, it's getting hot out here.
No.
So that is your 100-yard portion. We're gonna move over and see if we can use the 300-yard portion. If not, I will adjust the times accordingly. But for your 300 portion, it's gonna be the same thing, starting on minimum magnification. You're gonna go from standing to the prone, get a single shot on a B C-zone torso steel. You're mainly looking for like a reduced IPSC. You're trying to make this as hard as possible, but if all you have is an IPSC size, it's totally fine. But you're doing 12 seconds to go from standing to prone, and get a shot on a BC zone from 300. So that is your 300-yard portion. So we'll move over there, see if we can get the steel to work. If not, not a big deal.
No, hang on. Yep.
All right.
No, fuck. Go.
Good. So we're over here at the 300. We've had to move the camera around a little bit just to make sure that the timer is actually going to pick everything up. But if you look down range, my target is going to be completely obscured if I get in the prone. So I will be taking a knee behind this barricade. So I'm still using a supported prone position. What we'll do is, just for time's sake and for the demo's sake, we're gonna go off the pivot a little bit. I'm still gonna shoot this target at 300. That way you guys can see engagement techniques and everything. However, we'll go back over to the 100 and I'll do a standing to prone demo just to show you how to, or show you what it would look like. But other than that, I'm still gonna do it from over here just to get my standard check in the box, kind of like from the 300 for the long bit. That way I'm not cheating anybody. So, let me check mag. We are good. Again, you're starting on your lowest magnification.
Are you ready?
Yep.
And... 3.7.
3.7, okay. I hope the camera picked up the ding.
Maybe.
It's pretty loud. All right, ready?
And... Hang on.
Get it on the first one.
Oh,
What'd I get on that
say 509 and then 711.
711. Yeah, I didn't get it on
The first one?
the first one.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright, and...
I'll try to get it.
$5.28.
5:28. So, as you can see, totally doable with the time that I'm giving you. That 12 seconds takes into account not just the range that you're at, but also the movement from standing to prone. Like I said, we're gonna go over to the 100. I'll demo a standing to prone shot, and then from there, we'll do a little bit of a recap, and then we'll move on. Last thing, I'm just gonna demo a standing to prone shot for you guys. That way you understand what it's gonna look like. And we're gonna do it at the 100. So I got that 8-inch plate still down there. Standing to prone, again, for the 300 would be 12 seconds, but for this, just for our sake and the par time, since we're at the 100, if you don't have a 300-yard range, and this is something you have to do just to be able to get, to accomplish shooting the standard, if you do a standing to prone shot from the 100, it's still gonna be in 7 seconds because of the distance, but it's just gonna rush you a little bit because you gotta get down into that position. So, beautiful camera lady. You ready?
I'm ready if you are.
Okay.
Son of a bitch. I got hit with freaking... Ow! $471. Got hit with brass again.
Okay. All good?
All good.
Okay. Let me take my kit off and then we'll do a little debrief and we'll talk about everything.
Yes.
Good?
Good. Yep.
Okay. So, as you can see, it's like 92 out here. It's really hot. Standards, or the assessment, I guess, was designed for you to shoot it in kit, which was why I was wearing my kit. Big takeaways that I learned just doing that. Every time you shoot, you want to try to, every round that goes down, you want to learn something from it. Don't just be pulling the trigger for the sake of doing it. Learn from every shot you take. Something I learned was the charging handle that I had in. You guys might see it, you might recognize it, I don't know. Charging handle fell apart while we were shooting. just completely fell apart. So that kind of put a little damper in there. My fault 100% on not really teaching my camera woman how to use the timer. So a couple of shots that are in there are my mess up from her having to move the thing around for us to kind of figure that piece out just to get it recorded.
Sorry.
And also, like, it's fucking hot as shit, but I want you guys to see something. So we have made shirts. So this is the new One Grunt's POV shirt. Sweat stains do cost extra, but the shirts are going to be available. I'll figure out a way to get you guys like a link or something that you can actually like reach out to me and be able to get these shirts. But if you notice, we have our slogan now is fail quick, it's not over.
Not over yet.
Yeah, it's not over yet, but that really started being a thing that I started using a lot when I teach, but also something that I've learned throughout the courses that I've been through. This course specifically, where this is all derived from, I went into that course with a very open mind. I don't think that I'm a good shooter whatsoever, and I went into that course thinking the same thing. And I messed up a few times, and I was told while I was there that when you fuck up something or you sling around into the wrong place, learn how to quickly react off of that and get back on target. The difference between a professional and just someone that shoots a gun once a week is the professional understands what's really going on and can correct himself. He doesn't need someone to tell him to correct it. So learn how to fail quickly and keep moving. Don't ever give up, especially with this standard. When you guys shoot this assessment, you might get out there and you might shoot it and you might sling rounds all over the place. You might not have all your rounds in the 10. They might be all over the 8. They might even be in the 7. It doesn't matter. Fail quickly, learn how to move on. With this series, we are going to push past those boundaries, and we are going to make you guys way better than whenever you started. Like I said in the video, go ahead and post your scores for the assessment down in the comments. I'd love to see what you guys get. I'd love to see if you pass it on the first go. Keep yourselves honest, and thanks for stopping by. We'll catch you around.